Hey everybody, welcome back again here for another video. I know, I've done this one before, the two videos I've done already on what they're doing with the Punisher and how they continue to punish him, but as the information comes out, I gotta bring it to you all. I gotta let you know what's going on. This is what happens. Now, this whole thing started, this whole controversy started with the Punisher's logo. They wanted to change the Punisher's logo to this demon face looking thing here. They wanted to change it from the iconic skull logo to this demon skull looking thing. Now, the reason they wanted to do that is not because they wanted to upgrade the character, not because they wanted to improve or make any changes to the character. It's because people were using the Punisher skull logo, placing it on different things. You know, people were using it while doing stupid things. It was on police cars, it was on military insignia, this and that. Now, my thoughts on it, and I made that clear before, but I will say again, my thoughts on it are that it's a cool logo. People are going to use it. Like I said before, I had a Punisher t-shirt already. It's a cool logo. People are going to use it. Now, I don't think it's necessarily right to have military, well, maybe some aspects of the military, but when you see like police and thing using that, I don't really think the police should have any kind of insignia, whether it be Punisher logo or whatever, on anything. They're the police, they should be professional, they shouldn't be showing off a Punisher logo and all of that. That shouldn't be accepted, and I think maybe the sergeants or watch commanders or whoever should reel that in and stop that from happening. That is what I will say. But in regards to people using the logo, it's a cool logo. It's a cool logo. People are going to use it. This is not a cool logo. This looks awful. And now that we have, they're trying to pretty much, as I said before, castrate anything violent out of the Punisher. They've wanted to have him with swords and things now because apparently he's with the hand, and it's a whole drama. Now, last time I talked about how the co-creator of Punisher wanted to reimagine the character as a black man. And I said that was insulting on the face of it. Absolutely insulting on the face of it. I'm not going to apologize for that. It is what it is. It was an insulting remark to make. They actually did a Punisher limited comic series some years ago where they had Frank Castle change his skin color to black. It was a disaster, and it was kind of offensive, and it's something that shouldn't really be repeated or tried again. In my view, it should just be left as it is. So this time around, they've decided, well, not decided, this is something that Erik Larsen stated on Twitter, where he stated that instead of changing Punisher's chest emblem, they should just have Frank finally realize that he's gay, and the beauty of it is that it wouldn't alter the comics at all. He'd still be dressing in leather, ignoring the ladies, and hanging out in bars with other sweaty dudes. This is absolutely shitting ridiculous thing to say. Absolutely ridiculous, because now you are basically saying you want to weaponize, or not basically, this is what has been happening a lot in comics lately. You're basically weaponizing sexuality, and it's a very disturbing trend that is among writers today. Even if you ignore this nonsense here, I mean, because what he said that it wouldn't alter the comics at all. That is a completely wrong statement to make, because Frank Castle's whole origin story is that his wife and kids were murdered in front of him, And that's what led him to become the Punisher. But you want to turn around now and say, well, none of that matters. He was gay all along. No, that doesn't make sense to the character. It doesn't make sense to the comics. It's just another way of writers who are creatively bankrupt, wanting to weaponize sexuality because of this. And you want to say that you want to change instead of changing the logo, you could just do that. But I'll get into why this makes no sense in a second. Because even if, this is how some of these writers operate. This is how some of them operate. It's like this. They do this and that sort of thing. It's like, okay, let's see how badly we can piss off the fanboys by just gaying up a character. Let's just make this character gay and see how badly we could piss off the fanboys and sit back and watch as they have a complete meltdown. Because it doesn't matter to us. We don't care. We could just do it. We're just going to gay up this character, and that is somehow going to make it better for us overall. It's a foolish statement. Now, as I said before, this whole thing is about the Punisher skull logo, and they say instead of changing the chest emblem, just make Frank gay. That is not going to work, because the people that you want to target from not using the logo don't read the comics. If you do a poll amongst a vast majority of people and ask them about Punisher, most might just say, well, I think Punisher from Marvel and he will shoot things and kill people and that's about it. But they don't know the very essence, the very story about Frank Castle. They have no idea what that is. They use the logo because it looks cool. They use the logo because it looks cool. So when you're saying no, that you, instead of doing this, is going to make people say, well, hey, did you read that comic where they say that Frank Castle is gay? Really gay? You know what? Let me just stop using this logo and that's what you say. It's not going to matter. People are going to use the logo because they think it's cool. They don't care about that. They don't care about it. But another aspect with these writers, a lot of these writers, is that, and this is not just limited to Marvel, this is DC and everybody I know. They have an agenda, and this agenda is somehow to appeal to a Twitter audience that doesn't exist. They take characters and decide to make them gay for some sick reason. They decide to do it. They did it with Harley Quinn, Eat, Bang, Kill, Thor, with Vixen. You see this here, Vixen, and this woman here, and you see what turned Vixen into a lesbian. One of the more popular things they did it with John Kent, Superboy, or should I say Superman, son of Kal-El, John Kent. They did that because you have no idea how to create characters, how to do anything. So you have this agenda that if you push this gayness to appeal to a certain audience, that on Twitter it's going to be, some big thing you're going to do. But I find this personally to be very offensive to gay people. When you use them as pawns and props, you're weaponizing sexuality for your own means, and you act like nobody's supposed to be insulted by this. I can't understand why members of the LGBTQ community are not more upset by this, because the people who they are throwing this out for on Twitter don't read the books. They don't have money to buy the books. They're only there to make noise. But you're doing this for some disturbed reason where you weaponize sexuality to either make a point, mess with your readers, have some sick agenda, and you just continue to do it. And when an actual comic fan gets upset about this, it's not big. You start hearing words thrown around like homophobic, or it is either make Punisher a black man, it's racist. It's not. The homophobic people you're talking about are not reading the comics. The racists are not reading the comics. But the fans understand that if you do this, you are not trying to be inclusive. That is not inclusiveness, because if you take a character who has never been depicted in this, who is not of this sexual orientation or of this racial orientation or something, and you just swap it in, that's not inclusion. That's offensive. It's offensive to the character who you have built up the story with over time. It's offensive to the reader who understands exactly what you're doing. And it's offensive to the general public who may not understand what is going on, but you're using them to target these other people. When they come out and say, this doesn't make sense, this is not good, you go after them. How many times, I mean, people keep saying when it comes to using Superboy, I keep saying Superboy, but John Kent as a prime example again, because you have a character who you decided to gay swap. You understand me? You made a big thing about it. That is what you sold it on, and the book has been plummeting completely because you have nothing of substance to back it up. Create original characters and this won't happen, but you're not doing that. You're not doing that. So you want to go after the Punisher logo because you already make this weird skull-looking demon thing that is just absolutely stupid. And because that isn't really your only train of thought, now you're saying to yourself, well, okay, you know, the best thing to do is let's just make the Punisher gay. Let's just make this person gay. That's what we do. We just gay up these characters, and that's supposed to be some way to stop people from doing this. It's offensive to gay people. Nobody is going after you. Nobody's homophobic. That's your business. That's your sexual orientation. That's your problem. But when you have writers doing this, it's offensive to them. The same way, like Jerry Conway saying, you want to make the Punisher, reimagine the Punisher as a black man. That's offensive. The Punisher is fine the way he is, but you want to change it because you just want to do this. So, why is it that these so-called writers want to keep punishing comic fans when the people you're doing it for, the people you're going after, are not even reading the comic books? I mean, look at this. Instead of changing Punisher's chest emblem, so the emblem is going to be there. It's cool. People use it. They should just have Frank finally realize that he's gay. Now, this may seem like a joke to some people, but this is something they could very well decide to do, because they're not interested in making anything good anymore. They're just interested in pushing an agenda and pissing people off. And when it moves to like this, the beauty of it is that it wouldn't alter the comics at all. Exactly, it would alter the comics. He'd still be dressing in leather, ignoring the ladies and hanging out in bars with other sweaty dudes. I mean, this is a ridiculous statement, and it's not going to actually fix anything at all, because people are still going to use the symbol, the original skull logo symbol, because it looks cool. This looks stupid. So they continue to punish the Punisher and don't seem to realize that in doing so, they're really just punishing themselves. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me in this time around. I mean, again, another punishment to the Punisher. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, ring the notification bell, and share the video out there. It really helps to get the channel moving along. I don't know, I may very well do another video on how they continue to punish the Punisher. It keeps happening continuously, so I gotta just bring the information when it comes out. Until next time, everyone, take care and later.